War. War never changes. But now, you can get the original 100% certified PTSD experience straight to your home. Where? Just boot up the blocks and hop on one of your favorite war games and get some of that sweet shell shock, all from the comfort of your own home. Wait. Just you hold on one second. What the hell is even a Roblox PTSD game? Is that even a thing? Well, it's quite easy. It's a term I just made up. And it describes games with the following characteristics. Number 1, it's a shooter. Yeah, I know, quite easy. Number 2, it shows the crude reality of war. And this often, but not necessarily, comes paired with an anti-war message. Of course, these criteria are very loose and open to interpretation, so this is really just an opinion video and a way for me to showcase these games to the public. So, without further ado, let's hop in. Centaura isn't a game I've really played a lot, but I know some people who will kill me if I didn't cover it, so of course, it's only fair I gave it a chance. It's clearly looking to deliver its war bad message, with probably its most iconic phrase. Only the dead have seen the end of war. Mwah. It does this mainly in its sound design. Gunshots, yelling, screaming. The start of every match comes with this frantic music and that damn officer whistle. You know what I'm talking about. But I tell you, this game has some excellent ambience. It also has some pretty damn cool lore. Before every match, you get a little lore exposition on what the battle is about, and I don't really have any idea about it, but I'm sure you can find more online. In terms of gameplay, I just can't like this. It's just a generic, fast-paced Call of Duty-like shooter. One rifle shot, maybe two, and you get sent straight to the lobby. And with melee combat, it's even more absurd, because you just brush a guy with a mace, and he's gone, he's dead, just like that. But the good thing is that every time you die, you get a scary, ooh, you died, fade out. And look, I know it drives home the point of the game, but I wanna feel pain, I wanna feel terror before I die. I wanna stare death in the eyes before I get sent back to the lobby. This game doesn't do it for me. 1 second I'm there, and the other I'm waking up in heaven. Where's the fun in that? But at least I get some cool dopamine every time I kill someone because I get a little ping sound effect. There's also a class system, which I didn't really see any differences, aside from weapons, but I didn't really make use of it. And there's no artillery. I feel that the environment that this game takes place in would really benefit from artillery, because listen, if you want to convey the horrors of war and the helplessness and all the spooky stuff, you gotta bomb me every once in a while. You just gotta shell the players, you know, and this game doesn't do that. There's only really one exception. And it was a map event, so it doesn't really count, okay? I want you bombing me 24/7. But the good thing about this game is all the screaming. You get hit, you scream for a medic like a little bitch. Bayonet charge, oh yeah, you're screaming. And don't get me started on flamethrowers. Jeez, I'm glad I'm not those guys. Sadly, even with all the screaming and the great ambience and sound design, the gameplay just really takes away from the experience, and I really just can't get over it at all. So even if it's really good, I'm only going to give it 3 out of 5,000 yard stares. Whizzbang is a game made by Woodlex, whose games you should really check out. You spawn in a bar as your lobby, where you get to go drinking and go gambling. I just lost all my money. You have a jolly good time in general. And then you spawn in the trenches. At first, there's nothing really going on. You can bake bread, sometimes there's a guy playing an instrument. And every once in a while, you'll be attacked by the enemy and you have to repel them. But you get bombarded and you get blinded by dirt and you hear the enemy's death screams, which are stolen TF2 screens, but they get the message home. You get to experience the boring mundanity of World War I as a common foot soldier, punctuated by the brief moments of terror that combat is. You could say it's war at its most authentic. You get to stay in the trench pretty much all the time, through all the raids, the bombings. Again, you can cook bread, and there's the musicians, so at least you have some mood and you're not bored, but it's the trenches. And sometimes an enemy drops something, so you go up to see what it is, and it's a picture their child drew for them. Yep, that man's not going home to his family, because you killed him. The weapon handling is awkward, and it's weird. It makes you go all over your keyboard with the keys to load your gun and use it. But you get used to it. I think that's actually part of the appeal, because it feels like you're a new soldier getting used to using your rifle. Slowly you're also going to grow a beard, and you keep spending days in the trench until you die, with no end in sight to the war. Occasionally, you get to leave your trench to go raid the enemy trench, which is more dangerous. I've only done this twice so far, but it's a very good change of pace. And I think at some point I experienced PTSD hallucinations, because at this one point I started hearing gunshots and I thought we were being attacked, but I got ready and nothing happened. So like, damn, good play, voices in my head, you got me this time. And then, when you do get overrun, you get treated to a cutscene of a cemetery with the stats as of how many players died in total. So, the only real issue is how simple it is, and that it can occasionally get a bit repetitive. Still, it ticks all of the boxes, so it's getting a very nice 5 out of 5 1,000-yard stares. This is my favorite game on this video, and the best thing about it is that it doesn't even have an explicit anti-war message. It's a big two-team multiplayer in procedurally generated destructible maps with player, trench and artillery construction. This means that the match will start out with this beautiful, lush forest map, which you are going to slowly watch transform into a desolate, trench-filled landscape. All of it through the player's actions. The gameplay is also pretty simple. Most of the time you'll be playing a rifleman with your bolt action rifle with a bayonet and a shovel for building. When you get hit, you're gonna get ragdolled, which can be a bit frustrating, but also means you have to execute any enemies you shoot just to make sure they don't get up. Artillery fire and grenades will also ragdoll you and send you flying, so, try not to get hit by that. And the explosions are color-coded by teams, so you know if you're gonna get hurt or not by the artillery, but it creates the unpleasant visual of seeing the sky fill up with projectiles that are heading towards you. And something really cool is, because you have a bolt-action rifle most of the time, it's hard to go on a killing spree, unless you go basically full MLG on people. If you wanna go crazy, you have to play shotgun or carbine, but that costs in-game currency that you have to earn by playing, so you can't play as that all the time. The best part is that it recently got an update which lets you hold space to stay down when you get shot. This means that you can trick enemies to then kill them and commit an actual, genuine, real-life war crime. And you also get the carbine class, which I just mentioned, and fire. Now, when you bomb a forest, the trees will actually be set on fire, and that just makes for some more desolate landscapes. Genuinely, this game makes no effort to tell you that war is bad, but simply by the way that it's set up, you will end up organically in situations taken straight out of war movies. It's the best part about this game, and honestly something that I haven't found anywhere else. Because nothing is more epic than having a desperate stand to defend your trench as you get rushed by the enemy, especially when you're playing with friends.
Get in, Jimmy,
come on, we gotta retake this.
I'm healing you.
It's too late, we got company. I got no time for that. I got no time for that, they're coming. Pink, I got you, Pink. I got you, Pink. Oh no. Shit, dude, there's so many of them.
I got one. Kill them.
I need to reload. Get to work, man. The only caveat is that you don't get any cool dramatic screaming or anything, but you do get to see the bodies slowly pile up until the battlefield is filled with them, and to hear the constant artillery and gunfire. And even if the screaming is missing, I still think this game is absolute peak. So that's why it's getting 5 out of 5,000-yard stares. And I'm definitely not glazing it because it's my favorite game here. You genuinely need to try this game if you're watching this video. Gravedigger is the most popular game on this list and takes place after a worldwide conflict ravages most of the Earth's surface, but the war moves on underground. The result? You get trench warfare's insane claustrophobic cousin, also known as tunnel warfare. Oh my god, he's right. This means that the map is basically a big slab of rock, where you have to get to the objectives by digging your own tunnel networks, which opens up a whole new avenue of both maneuvers to conduct and horrors to experience. But fret not, because every team has different colored lanterns, so you will know when the enemy is approaching in the dark, which doesn't make things any more pleasant. Dios, ¿qué ha sido eso? It also takes a page from Centaura's book and incorporates very and gruesome death rattles for all of your needs. Which is precisely what you need to get you in the mood, in the middle of a gunfight. Sadly, there's no other spoken voice lines for anything else. It's mostly just text. But it fixes what is Centaura's future flaw, which is the gameplay. It has actually realistic gunplay with a wide variety of actually really useful and really unique guns with different gimmicks. And also, when you kill an enemy in melee, you execute them and you take the dog tags Battlefield style. Every class has access to the same weapons, except for Lancer, which is a melee class, but they all have varied gear and gimmicks, which makes them actually unique and distinct. I like to play Mortician or Jaeger, because I like to commit war crimes. The game also very heavily embraces the anti-war messaging, from bleak lore, to tunnel combat, to the piercing screaming of your dying allies, but mostly, I want to make emphasis on a certain situation. You see, this game is structured on campaigns that are a series of objective rounds where in between matches, the winning team votes on where to go. Well, should both teams get 3 wins, you get to face the prisoner's dilemma. You are locked in spawn, you are locked to team chat, and you're forced to vote on truce or war. If one team chooses truce and the other war, whoever chose truce gets assaulted. Boss! Assaulted? Attacked in their fortress and lose the game. If both choose war, it turns into an all-out massacre. No one survives. And precisely this is the likely result. The death of everyone involved. It's peak cinema, man. You know, oh, horrors of war and all that bad stuff, you know. But when both teams take the risk and choose truce, you live. You get to go back home to your family? Or do you? Because that was just one battle. It was just one campaign. The war never ended. And you're still here.